It's Madden NFL 23, and we've got Javarius Ward, who's been stepping up to challenges all season, now at 8 interceptions.
It's the Vikings and the Jets, and it's coming up next.
Under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the New York Jets and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterback shake-off performances like he had last week, way too many interceptions, didn't throw a touchdown pass, team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 16 carries, 106 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has been bringing smiles to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season. 2nd
down, they go again with Henry. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. This defense for the Jets, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
In motion right is Robinson. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. The Vikings sit 10-1 now on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. A first down carry for Henry. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play action now, Cousins. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Cousins. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
I'm about to say something. The opening drive, because now you're starting to wonder what goes through his head. Is that going to affect him the rest of the game? Is he going to be able to bounce back? You want to show confidence later? What's going to go on with him right out of the gate with a miss?
Yeah, a chance to grab the 3-0 lead here at home. Instead, we remain scoreless. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mills. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Searching 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Mills now from the 50. Uncorks one for Davis. And this is caught. Touchdown, Jets. Gabriel Davis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group. And sometimes that loss, get us off your back, you can move forward from there.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that's gonna wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down.
Holding.
Let's check in with our referee.
That penalty is declined.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Mills. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the deep. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. Maher able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They begin with Henry. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're open to do it consistently here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Cousins. He finds Corey Davis. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
Cousins' throw going to be caught by Davis. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. They go play action. Cousins. He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Draw play. This is Henry. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a jet was shaken up on that one. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. He's got this complete to Robinson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
This offense, things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Henry again. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Derrick Henry with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 and 10-7. That time, a 9-play drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Carlson. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. New York set to take the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
On third down, here's Mills. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. On the counter, it's Henry. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here, we do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when you realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Second down and goal. Cousins. That's complete right around the 8. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's third and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
This is caught. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be fourth and goal.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll run forward with Henry. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Derrick Henry. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. So that drive, 4 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And New York set to take the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Mills now. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Ran the perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here's Austin. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They're starting to put some space here. The first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. 43 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. In motion right is Austin. They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 11 yards there, just like last play. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Play fake, Cousins. This will go to Henry out wide. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
A handoff, running left, Henry. Andrew Van Ginkel there on the stop.
They've created a nice sustained drive off the plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Cousins to throw it. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say it was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. That's a tough blow there offensively. Had a decent drive going. You've got the lead, and now things completely flip on you.
Yeah, because they've been dominating on both sides of the ball. But after that mistake there, it's got to be tough for them to look up and realize we're trailing in this ball game. I thought we had complete control.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him the first down.
That's a a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse that.
And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. Caught right side, Davis. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
At the Vikings 26-yard line.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Now Mills. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlinesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, here's Mills. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right, throw it out the window. Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
On play action, Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the offense is going to keep possession. Yes, they are, but they're backed up now at their own 2-yard line. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Henry up the middle. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Christian Watson, 28 yards. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
A first down throw for Cousins. James has got it, complete. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at their 48-yard line.
Here's Cousins. Intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. Past the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Cousins. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
That's caught inside the 20.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half.
And the half will begin with a touchback. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
On 1st and 10, Mills.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Aaron Donald in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's the Jets punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Now Austin.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return.
And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on.
And my goodness, another interception.
quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Now on 2nd and 13. Mills. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone.
That's to Davis. He's got it. Touchdown, New York. Gabriel Davis
With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Jets take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get over to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
He finds his man. It's Robinson. And way out past the 35 before he's taken down. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Call it a gain of 5, 4th down now.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They're going to try and throw. He finds his man. Complete. It's James. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him.
Kevin O'Connell clearly unhappy with that call, and he's thrown. So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd down, 6.
From the gun, here's Mills.
And his throw here's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down.
1st down, Jets.
From the shotgun, it's Mills.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw is Mills.
He finds Robinson. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19.
Gain of 14. 1st down, Jets.
Working out of the gun, Mills.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. To throw, Mills. Open man left side. It's a tight end man, Hurts. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Here's Mills. And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Maher is good, and that will extend their lead even further. I got to think, at this point, 3rd quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball, get 3 at the end, that's all you're looking for.
I would agree with that because right now, this is a job well done by them. In fact, it's almost time for handshakes, a little dap on the sidelines, maybe even start to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys who haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings now heading on to the field. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 110 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Ready?
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready?
They'll run it again with Henry. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Inside handoff, Henry. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Holding. Offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Low check. On the ball. On the ball.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And a solid run down inside the 30. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7. Henry running right. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
He'll drop to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Tre'Davious White with a pick.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
And they'll try to throw here. Mills. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. Up big here in the 4th quarter. Up really big. That pass and incompletion. I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
This is taken at the 15.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll run. It's Henry. Stiff-armed him. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Again, it's Henry. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
2nd and 11 at the 41.
Go set. Ready.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. His throw incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he's not going to get the first down. He had to get to the 30, but he's a yard or two short.
They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Here we go on fourth down.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
And they'll get him down right around the 16.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the...
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Jets have got it. Now they're down big. Inside kick, can't fault him for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for now.
But Charles, a lot of
Yeah, let me show you how to be a star.